Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the Thanksgiving book tag because Thanksgiving is in a couple of days and it's not my favorite holiday, but I thought I'd be more excited about it if I celebrated by talking about books. You know what I mean? So I will link the original creator and their video down below, but yeah, it's just a bunch of Thanksgiving questions that go with a Thanksgiving food. So let's get started. Number one is bread. What book is purely fluff and has no real plot? So for this one I chose Meet Cute, which was edited by Jennifer L. Armentrout and has a bunch of YA authors who contributed to it. And yeah, it's just, I mean, there's not really any plot because it's just a bunch of like meet cute short stories. So there's not really any plot. It's just fluff, which I really enjoyed and gave 4 stars, if you were wondering. Number 2 is Turkey. What book made you fall asleep? Which honestly, turkey is like my least favorite thing about Thanksgiving. So, true. For this one, I don't have the book to hold up with me because I got rid of it, but that is Every Day by David Levithan. That book was so boring. I did not like that book at all. It was just so... It took me like a month to read, and it's not even long. It's just so boring. They made a movie about it, which I'm, again, not going to see because I didn't like that book. I refused to watch the movie. It definitely took me forever because I would fall asleep at night listening to it, and then forget where I was, and so I'd have to like go back and find it, and then I'd fall asleep again that night, and then, you know, just, it's a problem. If I read it in like person, I definitely would have given up after like the first chapter, but I trudged ahead and I finished it, and I definitely wouldn't recommend at all. Number 3 is Gravy. What book makes the whole series worth reading? So for this one I had a hard time because I haven't finished a lot of series. And I feel like it kind of like has to be like one of the end books made it like worth it, you know? You have to get through all those to get to like the good one. And so for this one, the closest thing I could think of was the Bloodlines series. It made getting through all of Vampire Academy worth it. Not that I did like this, but I feel like the end ones weren't very good. And so Bloodlines I loved a lot more than I loved Vampire Academy, but I definitely had to get through this to get to that, but it made it worth it. That's my answer. Number 4 is Stuffing. What book is stuffed full of action scenes? For this one, I basically chose anything by Marie Lu, or at least the ones that I've read. I've read the whole Legend series and the Warcross duology, and they're, especially the first books in these ones, are very action-packed. It's very, like, descriptive action, but it's, like, in an easy way to follow, so that's really nice. But yeah, they're just like fast-paced, action-packed books. Marie Lu is just good at that, so would highly recommend. Number 5 is Mashed Potatoes. Favorite holiday book. And this one was really hard to think of because I don't read like holiday books ever. The one I did read, Dash and Lily's Book of Dares or whatever, did not like that at all. Everybody else was like, oh, it's so cute. And I was like, no, this is stupid. Anyway, that was the one holiday book I read. But then I remembered that a couple months ago I read Together at Midnight, and I enjoyed it. I remember, like, once I finished it, I was like, oh, I like that a lot more than I thought I would. Couldn't tell you too much about it, but I really enjoyed that book. And it takes place during the holidays. Number 6 is Cranberries. What book has the sweetest romance? And for this one, I love romance, but I don't just like fluffy romance, you know what I mean? I like some like substance in the romance. Like within the relationship, I like them to have arguments because it's natural. It's not like I don't want to just like read about, oh, no, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, I want something to like happen. Either like hate to love, or like they like banter all the time, you know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, just stuff. I like them to be different, like have some type of conflict, not like in a bad relationship type of way, just like in a relationship, you know what I mean? Just like have your own personality. So this one was hard to think of, but then I thought of one. And that is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. This is like a very just like sweet, innocent romance, probably because she has like never left her house. So it's like the first time even just like physically like talking to like somebody else like outside of the house, and I just think it's so sweet because they just like talk through like texting all the time, and like I don't know, it's just this one's the one I picked. because they don't really fight ever. So this is the sweetest romance I could think of. Number 7 is Corn. What is the corniest book you've read? I couldn't think of ones for this, but then I was like, oh, you know what it is? Any Sophie Kinsella book is the closest thing to corny I've ever read. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I read this book and I'm like, seriously? Like, what is happening? Which leads me to 8 Green Beans. What book is too long and needs to be shortened? For that one, I also picked a Sophie Kinsella book, which is I've Got Your Number. This book is like 430 pages, which is way too long for the story that this was telling. It definitely could have been done in like under 300 pages and it would have been great. The last like half of this book, I was just like, oh my gosh, like there's so many parts I could just like taken out all these chapters and it would have been perfectly fine. It would have been even better than it is. It would have been like one of my favorite books because that's where it was going, and then all of a sudden it was just like chapters and chapters of just like literally nothing. So I like enjoyed some of my time, but then also I was just like, can this please be over? And number 9 is Pumpkin Pie. What book do you read to get out of a reading slump? And for this one, I don't have a specific book that I read. I just try to change genre that I'm reading. Reading something like new and like different than like what you normally read usually helps bring me out of a slump. So that was it. That was the Thanksgiving book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what you guys' plans are. I will probably be eating with my family and then going to work and then working the next day and the next day. So that'll be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.